Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dan Puts You in Your Place. This is a series of conversations with artistic people about how the places they have lived affect their work. And today we're very lucky to have Alice Fraser. Hello, Alice.
Hi.
Can you tell us who you are and what you do?
Well, my name's Alice Fraser. I am a comedian and writer. I live in Sydney at the moment. I was trained as a lawyer and as an academic, and now I do comedy.
And you're in Sydney at the moment.
I am.
How's Sydney treating you?
Sydney's great. It's got a good comedy scene, and now with cheap flights, it's easy to go around the country, which I think is the only way to make a living out of comedy. Nowadays, you can't really get by in one city. You need to be able to travel, which is one of the reasons why Europe and America are easier, just because there are more people within flying distance.
I often wonder how people in the larger metropolitan Australian cities are going, whether they feel a need to get around. It's almost split down the middle. 50% of the comedians are saying no, I go okay staying where I am, and 50% saying no, I've got to get out and visit other regional centres. But where did you start your comedy career?
Um, I played theatre sports in first and second year uni because my friends were doing it and I liked playing a
In
game
Sydney?
in Sydney at Sydney
Yeah.
University. I liked the joy of playing a game with friends that just happened to be watched by 200 people. And from there, I went to the university reviews, the law review and the arts review. And again, don't think I realised exactly what a privilege it was to have 1,000 or 2,000 people just come to your show. It's only once you start doing open mics that you realise that that's a really extraordinary thing. So I was quite comfortable on stage doing sketch and doing improv, and then I went to Cambridge to study, did my master's there and was in the Cambridge Footlights, and that again established sketch troupe, audiences on call. Wherever you go, people are going to come and watch because of the reputation of that institution. And then I went to New York and had no one to play with. And I had a friend, Benita DeWitt, who was in the arts review with me, and we'd talked about how few sketches are written for women, and how there's a classic formulation. A man will write a sketch for two men, a woman will write a sketch for a woman and a man, and usually the girl is the straight character. And so we just sort of were bitching about that a bit and saying how we didn't like that attitude, and it bled into other areas of your life, and how we didn't like the attitude in ourselves when a woman comedian got up on stage and you thought, ooh, all right, let's see what this is, rather than being open to it. And we thought that was hypocritical of us. And so we dared one another to do stand-up. So when I went to New York, I had that one stand-up gig or one set under my belt, and I just ran with that.
Cool. Well, let's come back to Sydney. Quite a brutal city, I think. Australia's largest city for our overseas.
Not compared with New York, Amico.
No, we'll get to New York and its brutalness and how it crushed you. All jokes. But what's your relationship to Sydney, both as a person, as an artist, and as an artist person? How do you feel about it?
I love Sydney. Sydney's home. I was born here. My aunts on my mother's side are all artists. They're all immensely creative, and I've seen both the upside and the downside of Sydney with them, which is, if you want to do something here, you can, but unless it's really commercial, it's unlikely to be financially sustainable. I think Melbourne is, from my impression of Melbourne, it's a more laid back city, and it will give something a chance that might not otherwise get up. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing artistically. I think if you just want to make art that makes you happy, then you have to be willing to cop not ever making any money out of it. But I always think, if I wanted to do that, I could paint or write poetry. I write poetry just for myself. I don't pursue that in a commercial way. But stand-up, you need an audience and you need people to like what you do. Leonardo da Vinci had patrons. I don't think that is necessarily a bad thing, to make art that makes other people happy and to measure the success by other people's investment in your art.